Doing for my buddy Ada. Say hello, Ada.
Hi, are you on YouTube or on Twitch?
I'm on everything. That's always what I am on. Hang on, I'm gonna log into my. Oh no. So.
There we go.
Watch. Okay. Project file and new,
Save.
and then it'll make.
I see 4 panels.
You see 4 panels. This is the preview panel. This corresponds to the timeline here. Now you've done some video editing, so you know what a timeline is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you can see, I've got a lot of clips in my timeline. Clips on top, sound underneath. This is like going to be super basic. So if I squeeze this out, this is 12 minutes of the video. So say I want, how do you put things, how do you get media into here to use for putting clips onto the timeline? So you say here, let's have a quick bit of Elder Scrolls. So I've got some Elder Scrolls. I simply open up Elder Scrolls in a Windows window. You're not going to see that because it's just capturing the thing. And then I simply grab it, drag it, and drop it into the program. Okay, and then that pops up and appears.
Okay, because there's a delay, so your mouse hasn't moved yet.
Okay, so let me know when you see it.
Is it the is it the one that's
So
like
it
has
is
a yellow
in the
circle?
It's in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. It's panels with the preview, and down here there'll be a project panel, and this is where you dump all your stuff. Okay, and the project is titled whatever you've titled the document as. Okay, when you make the project, you can give it a specific name. That specific name appears here. If I want to look at this, I simply double click and it appears in this here. So this is my working folder, and I can scrub through it. Yeah, to grab the audio only. If I click, this is video. This little button down here is video. Wait until you see it.
Okay.
Okay, so I've made it bigger now. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. And then if you, directly underneath the viewing panel, there is a little icon that looks like a roll of film, which when you also use at the very bottom of this panel, of this timeline of your clip, there are small balls on either side, and if you bring the balls together, it increases until you can go crazy, you can go tiny, yeah, so that you can really zoom on into the bit of audio or the clip that you want. And this is very helpful when you're, for example, say that you have been the granular ability to grab the exact bit of the bit that you want to do, to drag into the timeline. Okay, so I'm gonna scrub along my timeline. I'm gonna say, right, I'm gonna go in
So
here.
What if somebody curses and you have to delete that little word?
You can do it in here. So if I
on that side, okay.
It doesn't take 5 seconds to get out of Austin.
Right, so you want that, you can grab that, grab in and out, you can grab that, you can, and then in here, so even if, so you can grab this and just drag and drop it into your timeline, right? Right? And you can edit it further in here. So if you grab either side, you can drag it in and out. Sorry. Can you see that? Directly on the timeline. So if you think about how old movies are made, they'd get the real film out, they'd chop, put that bit in, take that bit out. You can do exactly all that on here. You can do it with video, and you can do it with, then you can press V to get back to your move tool, and then you can delete. And if you don't want that gap in between, then you just simply click, right click, ripple delete, closes the gap, pulls everything together. You can put multiple levels of sound over everything, as you'll see on my timeline if we go back to Joko. So I have, this is the main audio, I'll go in a bit, So audio 1 is the interview, the voiceover that I did. This and the rest of this is introduction here, and then.
Oh, I know how to overlap.
Okay.
You taught me. You've heard my videos.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
in Premiere Pro, so let's get an audio clip. So here's all the audio that I used. So you want your music to come in nice and softly. You might have decided to pick up the song 50% of the way through because it matched the tone of what you're trying to represent on your video. So what you do is you hover your mouse over to the edge of the start of the audio clip, and then you right click, and then you apply a default transition. And what this does, and we'll zoom in, or you can simply, no, I'm gonna wait. Can you see that it's dragged right out, and that's fade in. So when you play it, it's tiny, you probably should be able to see on the bars, coming up until you can start to actually hear the music. So you can do that and fade it in. There are different types of audio fade in, and there are different types of video transitions that you can use, but it's just a case of hovering your mouse over in the end, applying the default setting, and then if you want to change the setting, then going into your effects, going into audio transitions, and looking at the effects that they've got.
Super loud.
Okay, so
at least for me, I don't know. Maybe I'm deaf or something, and it's just like.
So in terms of sound, in terms of if you want to produce a broadcast quality sound, right? Mm-hmm. Then the decibels, I'm gonna have to mute everything else. So it's just. All right. This is where things get good. So we'll just think about sound for right now. So you know that you're confident that you can get a line. You just right click on the type of timeline that you want. So this is audio, and you add track. Okay. So you want to make sure that your audio is pumping out between about -12 and -3. Yeah, and you're thinking, God, that's really loud. That's how loud it has to be. And
oh,
it goes
on
out.
the right side. Okay. Now
Sorry, did you see it pumping up and down? Yeah. Yeah. So here's what you do. You're thinking, yeah, but my audio, I don't have a proper professional mic. It goes up and down. Sometimes people talk quietly, other times people speak loudly, and it's really hard to kind of modulate that timeline, be it a sound clip or be it a video clip. Is for this clip. It always appears, I think, second on this list, and in here is where you can add effects to change the amplitude, increase the lens flares, and you can make it sepia, and you can do all sorts of things, okay? And that's a kind of a tutorial for another day. But today we're going to to look at sound. We want to make sure that the sound is amplified, but not to the point where it gets in the red. At the top here on the Premiere Pro are two little bars, and if something gets near the red, it will leave. What are you playing? Oh, I've muted it. What an idiot! It's not even loud enough. Bollocks. Ooh.
You need a bad example video.
I do need a bad example video. Hi guys.
Which you don't have.
Hang on.
You have no bad videos.
Hang on. Ooh. Where's the interview bit? Oh, the Herald. Actually, the thing for the Herald project can get a bit loud. I'll probably be able to push that quite easily. So let's just whack this all the way up. Great. Please forgive me. This should be just a second. So whether you now now if you look at these sound.
It's peaking. Okay.
Yeah. So if you see those two red lines, you need to fix it. Just an FYI, that's an indicator.
So it's just giving a warning, got it.
Thank you. I know how it works. I'm not always great with all the technical jargon.
Oh, that's fine.
So inside this clip, you want to add some effects. And the effect that clip, just pick it off the effects bar and drop it down. And then once you're in the audio clip effects panel, you'll see it. Yeah. I'm actually just gonna delete that because I've already had it in there. And in here, there is a settings button. It's an edit, right? And you pick what the hard limit you want to be. And
now, what does hard limit mean?
It means that even if I am 3 inches away from the mic, screaming at the top of my lungs, the output will be limited to -3 decibels. And it also has the effect. Am I
so I
teaching
should just name it Guru.
Yeah. Yes, Easy Vision. I am. Sorry, I called you Eurovision. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I really did enjoy that song though. But yes, I am teaching Ada. So what it also does is it lifts the rest of the audio. So simply by picking, what I use is -3 decibels. Write that down. Right? But you can use -6 if you want to. Okay? There's a setting called
-12 to -3. Do you want me to change that?
No, sorry.
That's what I wrote.
Yeah, so when you're recording audio, you really want it to be within those ranges. But whatever crap audio you've got, right? When you put it into here, if you put the hard limiter to -3 or -6 on the drop down here, take a screenshot. God, you're a pain, woman. Hang on. Like. Okay, so I've got a shot for you. Limit to -3 decibels or limit to -6 decibels. Okay? That works for me. That works for me. So I've took a screenshot. I'll send that to you. And you're like, everything sounds a bit flat. So, how to make things drag and drop the bass effect onto any audio clip voiceover that you want to. Now, there are a number of ways of doing this. This is simply how I do it. I thought you already learned this, Yonax. No, she's learning a new program. Right, okay, so in here you have bass. Do you see it? I can't.
Well, there's a delay, so you have to.
Yeah. So tell me when you can see my mouse hovering next to the bass.
Okay, so
whenever you click into a video clip or an audio clip, this panel changes to reflect the clip that you are looking at. So control effect is always the control effect of the panel that you have highlighted. If that makes any sense.
It's ambient dialogue something.
Yeah, this is the end credits. So it looks completely different from the sound credit. And I'll wait that. It seems like a shortcut. Yeah, I'm trying to kind of give basically a very do this to fix this, get up and running, get making videos so that there's no kind of downtime. That's the idea of the Strain Yonax. Okay, so we're back onto the interview audio. So I'm going to play the audio with the boost and then without the boost.
Okay.
Do I also work with
on command and control subjugation?
Now can you hear that?
This place of purported learning,
Okay.
of reason,
Now I'm going to turn off the boost.
is nothing less than the abdication of these tenets. Humanity's history
Then I'm going to turn it back on.
rewritten, all to fulfill the narcissistic fantasy.
And you should be able to hear it as well because it was done with the Blue Yeti on my desk rather than the line. in the audio section, you can boost it, and okay. So let's think of another problem. So this audio, our audio, we're going to break it up into. Let's have a look. Where's the actual interview? Some lies. So let's just drop this in.
The ums and
so
dead air and all that stuff.
Okay, so I've just stuffed another copy of the audio without all that stuff on it, right? I have to put the bass, and I have to put the hard limiter on everything. Oh my god, that's going to take ages. Congratulations, it's not going to take ages. So back to do noise reduction in there. I use Audition to do noise reduction Yonex because I've got the full Adobe suite, thanks to my patrons who I'm helping right now. Right, okay, so you're gonna have to do it on one tony bass, and then you want, right, I want my hard limiter. Okay, let's drag and drop my hard limiter in. Then we'll go in here into the control effects panel, so that we're now looking at this first clip, the highlighted white one. We're looking at, it's a lot of money. It's a ridiculous amount of money. Right, so now we're in the control panel, and we're going to add our boost. Now you can do it here, it's got a little scrubby. I'm going to pop in as much boost as you want. Add some boost, play it, judge it by ear if you think it's the right amount. Then we go into the hard limiter. We go to edit, we choose our -3. Okay, so that is one of our clip. Copy, right click and copy, and then into this one, paste, into this one, paste. Are you happy? Questions, comments?
With that part, that's fine. The other thing that takes, I'm trying to think of any other audio issues that I have.
How about you want the audio?
We'll stop talking, and I'll have the music, and so I'll raise the music up like ever so little bit. And then when people go back to talking, I kind of make the music go back down. Is there a way to make that do it automatically?
So
like
this is separate. So this is two separate audio tracks. One is vocal, and the other is. I can show you how to do it. That's quick.
Because that's probably what took me the longest time on the the achievement video, because that added like 2 hours for me.
Jesus. Okay, so
yeah.
So the first so let's tackle this systematically, right? So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to make all the, if you think for the music. So you go into your effects panel, you type in dynamic, you drag and you drop. I'm gonna teach you what I know, but Ada, do read what he's saying. Right. Okay. So in here now, in this audio clip, we've got a dynamic, and we're setting a threshold for how much sound the audio can produce. So if you click in, I use between 28 to 33 if I'm putting something under audio. So, right? And you're like, oh no, that's still a bit too loud. So let's just -33, it's quieter again. And that's it. That's all you do. So if transitions leading in and out, depending on how I want them to fade underneath one another to get a good effect. But inside the track itself. Yeah. So let's go to the control panel. Let's kill this. So another way of changing the volume inside an audio track in Premiere Pro is this little line here. Now it was hidden in the separation of the stereo. It just sits there in between the lines, and if you hover your mouse over there, you can grab it. Now this is like a very crude up and down volume, and you should be able to see it very small at the bottom. Is if you compress Control and click, you can put a dot on the line. Press Control and click again, you can put another dot. And you can manipulate this line. So I have now isolated this section in between, and you can drag it down. So you can decrease the volume of the audio, and you can do it even, you can go to the far end of a fart with this, and you can then twist it up, and you can put a single dot, and you can make it really high here, and you can
of all the F words.
Yeah, I mean that is one way of doing it. You can just drop it down to nothing. Boom. But see how quick that was?
Mm-hmm.
That is just Control and I mean so that is the best way to do getting reads that you can tell but I don't know of it. So I'd have to have a look for you.
See, I stopped doing end credits with like scrolling because I could never get the timing because it was always like either too slow or fast.
Okay. Oh well, you're gonna love this. Okay, so right. So are you happy with the sound? I'm in half for you at least. You can adjust the speed of you can. So in my project folder, you can add folders. So you can add an audio folder and contain all your audio in it, like this one. You can add another bin for all your video clips, and then you can keep drilling down to keep it organized, because the in your clips, okay.
Okay.
do better than I do. I'm grabbing some images. I'm going to put them together. Some of this is just stuff that I've taken well. And you can really go to a far end of a fart with this, and I generally tend to do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know you like your fractal screenshots and footage.
Hi Ice. A long time ago you should decided that these are the clips that you want to use. So let's move this over here. So again, right clip, default fade in. You want these clips so there's a number of ways of editing in the timeline, and one of them is simply laying clips next to one another so they just instantly flip, right? Is that when they're actually really close to each other, a little grey triangle appears in the right hand corner, and it says, and that means you're pressed right up against it. There's no air between the clips. There's no time between the clips. Hi Hanson. The transition. So you hover your mouse in between the two clips on the fracture, and you right click, and then you do apply default transition. And if we scroll in, you can see, but some things you want to so let's talk about
manually, yeah, but I mean,
yeah. So let's talk about transition effects for a second. Video transition.
Because I only usually use like 4.
Right. So the dissolve ones are the most often used, and my default is the film dissolves into one another. And you want to have a transition rather than having a straight cut where there's no it's just one picture then another picture. If you want a transition, but you want to hide something, so say you've got a really good shot of yeah, fair enough, timey would do it. So what you want to do is you want to dip to black.
Okay.
And so what that does is, rather than having ArenaNet do it all the time, so rather than having a smooth kind of and you can also do morph cuts, which is a more, I mean, there is a lot of different types of transition you can do. And
does tea help your throat?
I've got some juice. So there you go. Right, so that's transitions. And you can select clips, and you can put default transition and default transition all of them. So you can totally do that. Okay. So let's think about the. That's how I've got mine set up. You can also dictate it when it's setting it up. Let's see. Yeah.
Or do you mean the ratio? You mean that black bar that goes around the... Gotcha. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so mine is set to 2560 by 10, might be 1920 by 1080, which is this kind of a standard monitor size. Okay. But so you've got your clip and you're like, yeah, that's all right, but I don't like the framing. She just looks like she's stood in the wrong place. I'll click onto the previewer at the top, and then you get hold of these handles and you pull, and you can move and edit and change it. You can turn it even if
I have to jump, said Quogan. It would be better for me to jump from the top to the bottom and edit it and basically reverse it so it looks like it's jumping from the bottom to the top. I can do that in this?
Yeah. And you can reverse.
Fine.
You can so if you want to reverse the image, if you want to reverse the sequence of events in a clip, play it in rewind. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
You go to take note. So you right click on the clip that you want to reverse. Yeah. You go to speed and duration. Yeah. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So stuff is very easy to frame, yeah? You can move it around, you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can move around in the clip. You want to move a different one, you can make it and you can frame it. Always remember to try and use the rule of thirds, yeah? You know what the rule of thirds is? Okay, looking at an horizon, right? The worst possible thing that you can do, I need a horizon. Yeah. Okay, so we'll get her. So we'll say that's the horizon at the back of her. The worst possible thing you can do for a shot is to put the horizon slap bang in the middle of your horizon.
With it, you can't tell the speed of something if you're standing still. They teach police officers that.
There's all sorts of crazy things that because of how we evolved, and Da Vinci went into this like to the far end of a fart, and there's all sorts of videos I can link to you. But
ratio,
the golden ratio with the shells and the spiral. I'll link you to a template you can use if it in doubt. Okay, so we've got. So you can. Are you happy that you can put in a piece of footage into the timeline, change its framing, and golden ratio, never forget it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of things. So speed up and slow down is easy. So the command key to go into time compression or expansion is R. Okay. And on here, where is it? Right, so it's the third button down, rate stretch. Okay. And what you do is you get onto the clip and you pull it out to increase its duration. Or
paired with it, and I can separate the audio from the footage. And so if I change the footage,
this is a purely a clip dragged without audio.
Oh, okay.
There's no audio underneath it. Yeah.
Okay.
I never your cutting window when you're scrubbing through your raw clips, you decide that you want this image, and then you drag video only. Yeah? Okay. Audio only. Yeah, that's the audio, that's the video. Sorry. That's the video bit of it. Put it together. That's that. Yeah? So you grab them separately and then you edit them separately. So if I wanted to delete the video, it's gone.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And say that
yeah, because mine can stay linked, because what I normally do is I'll actually edit and I'll say something so that I can easily find where it is that I want my footage. I'll say
let's get to a clip from ArenaNet. Come on.
Hi, Internet. Hope you guys are having a good Friday.
Come in. And it's very quiet. So when you look over here, oh, you see I haven't got any audio on it. Oh my god. I very rarely have audio on clips. That one. Chawa. There you go.
March southwest to the Orient Peninsula.
Right. And that's the audio file behind it. Or claps at the point where you want to make sure that you've got your capture. You can just flip between. Yeah, so you move that here. Oh yeah, okay. Go back there. We're at the same point on the audio.
Sure.
So my file structure is I have a place where I capture all my Guild Wars 2 footage. When I make a video, I create artwork I've done from Photoshop, and I will save a copy of all the audio that I've done for it in that same folder, and then I gather and then all the resources that I'm put back to wherever you've got them on your computer. Yep. And just uses them there. So the most important thing to do is once you've got your folders set, don't move stuff out that you are wanting to be in here.
Right.
Or you'll have to. You can marry them back together again. You can find this stuff. There's a process to move multiple clips. So if I do this, I can move all those clips as a unit. Yeah. Rather than having to
do each individual
one, or grabbing hold of them, because you can right click and like swipe over them and grab them. But if you only want to move the audio, or if you want to move the audio and the sound, I'm
going to live stream the new episode on Tuesday. Or are you going to record it and then you can do an editing stream?
I suppose I could. Oh, maybe. I don't know how. Let me know, guys, if you're enjoying the editing stream. I don't know, actually. I don't want to spoil things for people, you know. Definitely be online on the 28th, and we'll see. It's mostly Ada wandering. Possibly. Okay, so I want to show you how to do something else with your clips before we move on. So you know how to put them in, you know how to move them about, you know how to resize them. You know that there's a separation of church and state, or audio clips and video clips, yes? Okay. What if you want to move around inside the clip itself?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Whoa. This is your favourite guy. Palau Joko. Great despot of everywhere. Right. Yeah. Let's make him a bit bigger. Let's make this fit. Okay, so there he is, the handsome man that he is. But that's just a static image. Yeah, I'm stood on his hand, wondering if the shot's going to come out how I hope it's going to come out. Okay. And that's dull. I mean, he's a handsome guy, but, you know, we need something. Okay, so we're going to go back to our control panel. And you're going to learn to love the control panel, because this is how you control the clips. Okay, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. And we're going to look at video effects. Okay? And it's motion. And I'm going to wait for you to be able to see where I'm pointing. Can you see it now? Now is a video clip. And it looks different because video has different qualities, right? So you can change the opacity of the film. And you can even do a very primitive fade in and out with this by changing the opacity of the film. And you can also change the blend. Like, Oh, this is gonna be nasty. Okay. Let me just, right, so I'm gonna blend that. So I put another image, another clip underneath this one, and when I change to multiply, oh god, that was god awful. Oh, let me just. This is gonna look okay. So you can have videos on top of one another, with simply just using a basic layer effect from Photoshop.
Oh wow!
So you can. So this is simply quick and dirty. One set of footage on top of another so you can have that, you can stack them on top of each other like in Photoshop. Yeah, if you think about a Photoshop timeline, you have your image underneath things. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to give this static but video image movement, more movement, right? So we want to zoom in and out. But we want to do it so that it zooms, so that it's seamless. Okay, so I'm going to put an image in front and an image behind. I'm going to do a transition, and we want to make sure that it looks like it doesn't start moving when it comes in. We want to make sure that it looks like as you're coming in, the camera is already sweeping. Okay, watch. And you'll see that it's just put 2 dots on the timeline of this clip. This is like a miniature version of the timeline of this clip. What we're going to do is we're going to right click and highlight them and drag them right to the start. And that little white square there, that indicates a transition. So we want, so that means that the clip is going to be set at that point. You're supposed to nod it away. And now, from the time between the two, double click on him. I'm going to make sure we're on the proper keyframe. I'm going to double click, and we're going to increase the zoom and the position. Get him so that we think he's framed nicely, thinking about the rule of thirds. Yeah? And then we're going to drag those dots right to the end. We're adding movement. But that's not the only type of movement that we can do. So if we go back in here and we clear the frame, okay, start on there, double click, let's have it. So we'll set him so that he's quite far off to the other side. And as you can see, because we've moved him, it's put 2 keyframes in already. So, and now we're going to scrub it across, positioning horizontally and vertically. So we're going to get in here and we're going to put a keyframe with these for this, and we're going to use these sliders to move the film so that he's moving across the image. Drag him back, go like this, and so now he's moving. Now the image is moving from left to right, and it's still just that same static shot. Are you lost? Go across. You can do rotations. You can do all sorts of things, but it's very simple. Are you happy?
Mm-hmm.
Questions, comments?
I think it's cool that you can do that overlay thing with a picture and another thing. That's really cool.
It is. The sideways and the panning is really important though, because you're going to do static images, and if you just look, this is the Crichton Herald logo, or the Herald logo. So you frame it how you want. And at the moment it's got its default, it just comes in and it just fades in. Okay? But if we go into effects and transitions, video transition, things you can do again. You can do checkerboard. Yeah.
Oh, you can do transitions on your text. Okay.
Yeah. But now
That's
this
cool.
is an image, so you can do transitions on images. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You can do transitions on text as well, but it's a slightly different thing. Okay. So you can put an image in, and you can edit it. You can do the same things with an image that you can do with a video. You can have it moving across. You can use its control panel to set its positioning. And
I mean, I don't have a picture of Ada. I mean, I kind of do. I have it at the end, but my main thing is I add text.
Okay. So, text tools. Okay, let's... Oh, I need a drink. I will be back in 2 seconds. You're very welcome to hang out with us. We'll be on tomorrow because we do guild missions. We're going to be off. We're going to do a few traditional guild missions to start with, and then we're going to update the stream title. Oh shit. Oh, bugger. Right, hang on. Twitch. I can't believe I haven't sorted my stream. Go to my stream. I think it should be sorted on to edit it. Edit it. Video editing. Art stream? Art, come on. Well, it's as good as it's gonna get. You watching a show? No, sorry. It was the background noise from the video to answer them, and apologies if I've missed any while I was talking to Ada. Never thought about panning like kind of engaged, so it's super important to try and have that kind of music. To try and have that kind of music, to try and have that kind of movement. Oh my goodness, I'm completely brain dead today. And every day, I have to admit. I have a question. Shoot. In Audition, what I do is I cut the tracks down. So I dump in the raw audio, I clip out the ums, the ahs, I get rid of any background noise with the noise reduction process in Audition, which is very, very similar to what you get in Audacity. And yeah, and I also Rode Procaster. But yeah, you usually do. Yeah, I mean, I'm very lucky because I live in a very quiet place, so it's virtually nothing. It's more when I'm doing an interview at my desk. I like to put a bit of bass on it. And the Yeti is fantastic, don't get me wrong, I love the Yeti, but because it's a USB microphone, the condenser. Oh, well, thank you very much. Not everybody agrees with you. My voice has a kind of Marmite quality. People like it or they hate it. But I also, for my sound, I also made some dampening panels to try and make it better. Yeah, you can't please everybody. No, you can't. Hateful stuff. Yeah. I mean, if I were you, I would lean into your accent, because like one of the most successful. Hello, Manuel. Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry. I've been talking so much. I think. So, seeing as Ada isn't here, I watched E3. Which was the favourite? Yeah. Next question. Which was your favourite upcoming video? Please do tell. I'm alright. It's a crap time of year because it's a...
What? What? I have a husband and a cat. Whenever I leave this chair, I get attacked. What?
Am I crying? No, I'm not crying. I have been natting so much to Ada about this that I'm losing my voice. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Aww. I didn't mean to make you cry, boss. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh God, am I still downloading the... You're not the boss of me.
I'm not. I'm just like, how do you have time for all these games? I don't.
Yes, I am. Okay. So, also, best thing at E3 looks like it's going to be Steampunk 2077. So, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you save? How do you save?
It will put the auto saves in a folder in.
Okay.
So we did panning. There were also, I mean, once you're comfortable with the basics of editing, there are all sorts of video effects that you can dive into to change the color temperature, to do all sorts of, to do green screening and stuff like that I can talk you through in another tutorial when you feel confident about it all. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Don't squeak. You can do this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to just play one of your videos and let me just see all the audio and like see all the little?
Do you not want to look at text?
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Yes, text. Sorry.
So you get the either the static image or the video clip down here, and there's a text tool, which I need to open. So you will need to set up a Windows Google Doc Word document with your credits on it typed out.
Mm-hmm.
Or type them directly into here. I always copy paste because I am lazy.
Yeah, I always copy too.
So I'm gonna open mine. Give me a Control A, Control C. Okay, so now anywhere on the screen, on the preview screen, okay, you get a red box. Then you go Control V. That dumps your text in. Okay. Then you go to the Move tool, and you can see that this is all your text. Change it. You can also Control A, select all of the text. And we're going back to our good old friend, the control effects panel. Okay?
Yes.
And you can change the size. And you can change the spacing.
Now, if you have it in Word the way that you want it, you just...
No.
Ah!
Yeah. Yeah. And you can animate all this text, but I'm not showing you that today because
yeah, no.
you're easily scared. So we're going to drag the text from the start to the finish of the clip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go into Windows. We're going to go to Essential Graphics. I wish I knew how to zoom in and out on this shit. There's a little button under Align and Transform, and it'll centralize it for me, right? So it centralizes the text. Then I'm going to click off that. I'm going to click off to another clip, another part of the timeline. And then elongate the length of the clip. Do you hate me? I've told you should have used this before. And there it is. There's your scrolling on and off.
Yay!
And boom, done. Obviously I haven't sorted the text out inside the thing, but that's just a case of you know how to use this text editor.
Right.
Right. Is it? Can you hear my messenger?
Ask Alexa to sing.
Uh,
Oh my god. I
I said the S word, right? Okay, so if you want to do normal text, like Ada wins. Okay, so there you go. You got your normal text in there. Control A. You can change the font. Yep. Any font you like. You can get
of what I type and what footage I have. That's all like at the bottom or at the top. I would just drag the whole thing.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, so
because you've seen my videos, I have that little thing that
activate on, but it's as simple as putting some text on your screen, deciding where horizontally. You can have it roll on and off the screen if you want to. You can do all these things, and there's all sorts of transitions that you can put onto text to make it appear and disappear and that kind of thing, which is all in the effects panel under video transitions, right? And there's just a plethora of stuff that you can page peel on and page peel off, yeah. Like that.
is that the one that you use? Yeah.
No, so the two that I tend to use is the zoom in and zoom, so that it appears, it feels like it's coming from behind you and appearing on the screen. And then the other one that I use is the immersive Mobius thing, which splits it and it fades off
in the middle. Yeah.
Now,
and you can put favorites onto all of your.
Yeah, and you actually, if you've decided that you really love Dip to Black is your jam. So for your video transitions, you can right click on it and set it as the default. You just right click on the effect in the panel and just set it as the default. So if you want to do all fades to black for this video, you set it to the default. If you want it to all be dissolve film, you can set it with one click as the default transition that you use.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay. So we've covered images, just putting a static image into the timeline and fitting it. Is there anything else?
When you say...
Yeah. And that just saves the Premiere Pro folder. If you want to export it and render out the media, yeah. Let me just kill those. So you've got your timeline set, everything's happy. You've made sure that you've got everything on. You've made sure that there are no gaps in the timeline.
Okay, I got it.
So it's a nice, quick, easy visual check. Those timeline breaks are breaks that I've put in that are under a second that I wanted to use. When you've got everything on, it's the right line. You've got your credit roll happy and done. You save it. Media. Do you see that? Did that pop up? Come on.
There's a delay, so go.
There is. Tell me when you... Let me just have a look in the capture. Not helping?
No. Is it off screen? I mean, it's okay. It's just... I wanted to know what it looked like when you press save and you export and you choose high quality and all that junk.
Cancel. God damn. No. Capture specific window. So capture full screen application. Does that do anything?
Oh, those are messages.
Capture transparency. Capture third party. Oh, if somebody in the chat knows how to use OBS better than I do.
No, it's okay. No, it's fine.
No, I will not be defeated. Hang on. I will. This is gonna be fast and dirty. Come on. Control J. I'm trying to show.
Something happens with YouTube. Yes, save always.
What?
That's what I learned with my program.
Yeah. This is going to open another application. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can show it once it's up. So you'll get a new window open. The Adobe comes with a media encoder. I'll do another quick screenshot. And it basically opens a second program to which its only responsibility is encoding the video. Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
File, save as, coda, PNG, desktop. Come on, where are you? Okay, so that there is the encoder. It's called the Adobe Media Encoder. You always go to queue. That way you can save out, once it's sat in the queue like this, in here you just put it into the queue and it quietly chunters away rendering your video.
So you can actually use your computer.
Yeah. I mean,
I hate you.
It's still going to be a bit bloody choppy, but this coder is specifically designed for that. So there you go.
Gotcha. Oh my god. Yeah, because I always have to go to my laptop.
Could you repeat last 30 seconds? I entered. Oh, can I enter you in your guild? Yeah, of course you can come into our guild. Right?
It's not. It's really the program.
Yeah. I mean, I can still play Guild Wars. Jump into Discord. Manuel, we welcome all. There's a start here section right at the top of the Discord, and you just introduce your.
And we have good events planned because we just had an officer meeting.
We do. Yes, we're going to be shilling tomorrow for a fashion show and a Mad Hatter's tea party and. Yes, and a tournament. Okay, so.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yes, now I can.
Okay.
Dumb cat.
But it's all drag and drop. There's no fancy anything. You don't have to do any kind of fancy key binding shit.
I'm just taking it from there and putting it wherever I want. So that's going to be like...
So when I'm editing, this is what it looks like.
You just take everything from that bottom left corner.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
When you're starting with... Right, so you've got your project. Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have all my Syrian's Landing stuff in there.
Okay.
So I'm just thinking in my brain, like, okay, so
it's
like 27 clips or video footage, and I'm like...
So you file, you new project, it pops up, you name the project, you target the file. Okay, so there's a blank screen right now. I'm just going to open Premiere Pro again. Sorry, it's coming now. I apologize. That was like sudden. We're not showing anything on the screen. Okay.
No.
So you can't see the pop-up, but it's just new project and then open and then it should just pop in. And that's what an empty everything looks like. Okay? Been playing Star Wars. Let's dump a bit of Star Wars: The Old Republic in there. Okay, so you're copying the media over. You double click on the media. So this is your media bucket. Here's some of the Star Wars: The Old Republic stuff. That's sure is that it shows audio time units as well. So this will allow you, did you see that? Show audio, I'm going to leave that for a second. Can you see it? I hope you can see it.
It's delay, so.
There's a pop-up.
I know, Twitch is the better team view.
When I'm scrolling along here, when I'm scrolling along the time bar, you can see the time changing. That's 26 seconds. That's 18.
Where am I looking at?
So here.
I'm not seeing it.
Here. This is the time.
Where the yellow line
so
is.
You see the yellow line and you look.
Yeah.
Okay. And what I would also recommend is that you never have an intro longer than 10 seconds. Okay? So whatever title screen, whatever intro-y type thing. Now I'm not talking about you going, hello and welcome to my channel, we're doing this today, we're doing that today. I'm talking about whatever kind of splash screen graphics you've got, doing the video proper. So if I open Joko Truth and Lies, 10 seconds is too long. That's all standard, 5 seconds max. The title screen comes in, you've got a bit more roundy. I mean, it might be a bit too long, Yonax probably has a point. And then we fade into me talking, and this is the start of the episode proper. So that kind of introductory channel information, logo, splash screen, whatever you want to call it, you want that nice and trim. So between 5, okay? You can have your outro as a week if you want to. Yeah, you can have as long credits and all sorts of things stuffed on the end of the video. People generally don't watch right to the end. Right. So if you want to make sure that you get all your thank yous in, you want to make sure that you have all your supporters or your creators, or you want to name every song that you've used in the video. You can do that right at the end. And comatose-inducing affairs. So, my dear friend, is there anything else? Questions, comments, everybody. That's you guys too.
Can I have $1 million? No. Well, you would just edit more, right? If you won the lottery. That's all that would happen.
No, I would make videos, but I would make them when I wanted to, and it depends what you want to do. How I think about the length of the videos is, what would I be happy to sit through and watch, right?
Yeah.
So I'm happy to sit down and watch a 10-minute law video. It is that it's to be used as reference, and there's always timestamps. So if you're looking for something specific, so this week we're talking about specializations, and there are timestamps below so you can jump to the specialization you're interested in. And so it's done as a whole, but people can take it of doing it for what you're trying to portray. So 10-minute interviews. I don't know how well they're working. I'm not sure.
I think they work.
Okay.
But that's me. I'm not your usual case, so.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how interested you are in the person that I'm talking to.
Yeah. So when you're thinking of thumbnails for your video.
Let's see if I've got an awesome picture of my character. Where is she? Now, in my box, down here, I'll find it. Where's she?
She has weird red hair with a red tattoo.
Yes. Where is it? Where did it go? So there's the image. Yeah, so you can, so at any point on when you put your video into the cutting area up here on the top left hand side, you can press this button and it will pop an image of whatever is on the screen at that point, and then you can drop it into your timeline as an asset, as well as for video clips.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you. I forgot about being able to take a snapshot. For example, so I did the Joko script, and I actually shared that one with you guys to let you know what was happening, because I'd had that week of my self-pity and despair about my parents, and so I put that up, and then for you guys, for my patrons, you get access to audio versions of all my content before they go live on YouTube. So if you want to make my thumbnails early, But I will often pop in here if I need to grab an image like that, and I'll grab it from the creator screen here.
Because I find myself when I'm...
Oh, it doesn't show it. You can right click on the image, it brings up a pop-up. It's got all sorts of commands like cut, copy, paste, duplicate, all sorts of things. It's also got open in Adobe Photoshop for editing. So you can, from here, if I edited this image, this logo, right, in Adobe Photoshop, because you want to make sure it's perfect and it's got like a special font and all the rest of it. And oh, it doesn't work in white. I need to do it in black, or I need to put a glow around the outside of the graphic so that it actually stands out against the background. You can edit it and it will change in real time. So you go into Adobe Photoshop, you edit it, you save it as the same folder, same file name, same everything, and then when you get back into this program, it will look different. So any questions? Opening it up to the floor. Before my voice gives way.
Thank you.
I quite enjoyed actually putting together Palawa Joko because he is such a villainous asshat. And it was quite fun.
You got to learn about him.
Well, I already, in fairness, I already kind of
knew a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. What I'm actually looking forward to. I mean, I love Guild Wars, and I'm going to be making content for Guild Wars. Cyberpunk. Sorry, I was looking at steampunk clothes today. Cyberpunk 2077. So I'm reading the Cyberpunk books at the moment. They've got like D&D books for Cyberpunk, and that looks amazing. And I'm also people for the new incarnations of these two games. Oh goodness, let's have a look. So, what do you guys? Do you guys want to watch some Guild Wars?
Usually they don't ask the audience because I'll give someone totally different.
Everyone different.
You're supposed.
I guess I could.
Because what you could.
I'm always kind of paranoid about streaming, I have to admit.
Oh, I thought you were done. You were acting like you were done. I thought that. See, I can read her.
Yeah, I'm here because that's behind it. And if you're interested in getting into editing, this is a bit of a noddy's guide to editing. Yeah, we have in our Discord we allow anybody to post their content, which is very unusual and very cool. Thank you. So, because we have we have Crimson who does his rating, and we have Sturdy here. Strong. Yeah, we've got. I welcome anyone who wants to come in and be part of the community and kick about and share their work. Okay, so Ada's happy. I hope you guys found this interesting. Please say hello to Mighty Teapot for me, and give him my love. And I hope you guys enjoy his stream. He's very good as always. And thank you so much for watching. We will be able to have the bell, and you'll get more discussion usually in the Discord than on YouTube, because YouTube sucks when it comes to discussions. Yeah, I mean it can get a bit heated, but you can fully moderate YouTube. 2 p.m. 2? Oh yeah, because it's British. 2. Yeah, sorry, because me and Sturdy are on British summertime. Yeah. Okay, so I hope that you will join me again, and thank you so much, and I hope you found this interesting. Take care, I love you guys, and say hello to Teapot for me. We love you.
Fight Beach. There we go.
I want to hear it.
We have never had a more of a kite fiesta than we have had here.
Lord, what Tyson wants me to make kissing noises.
Wait, what?
So I don't have to pay him. What?
Ooh. Hey, Crown Herald, thanks. In my opinion, it is, of course. It should be both. I think it should be both? Yeah. I don't think it's necessary, though. I don't think it's necessary. They can kill each other if they fight. Okay.
And so you're gonna get going and enjoy the rest of your night and all that?
Yeah. If you want to go into it any deeper, and you want to do it and you want to look at the options, we can do a share screen type thing in Skype, and we can so that you can see my desktop as I'm doing stuff, which is more real time. So I don't want you to panic at any point.
Well, the thing is, though, I mean,
software, especially something that can be, you can go to a far end of a fart with this program, and you can do extraordinary things with it. I am in total, really, like 3 effects, and it for me, because I'm not that super clever at it. Just keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.